Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
When you lie awake at 2 a.m., have you ever considered that every minute spent staring at the ceiling could make climbing the stairs harder next year? Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and today we're connecting the dots between restless nights, the pills many people take to silence them, and the gradual loss of independence that too often follows. Tonight's episode will show you why even small, consistent improvements in how you sleep can become one of the most powerful levers you have to protect mobility, confidence, and personal freedom as the years add up.
I'm Alara Sky. A new analysis tracking 6,722 community-dwelling Medicare beneficiaries, people still living in their own homes, found that both insomnia and the use of sleep medication independently raise disability scores. These scores measure real-life abilities: bathing, dressing, eating, and simply walking across a room. Participants averaged 76 years old, with varied health histories, making the findings highly applicable to a broad aging audience. The data show that what happens in your bedroom after dark shapes what you can do in broad daylight.
The numbers were unambiguous, even moving from never to about once a week for insomnia. Symptoms nudged disability scores upward the next year. Alara, why does a seemingly small change in sleep frequency trigger such a measurable physical cost? The investigators weren't probing obscure hormones. They simply tracked how often you struggle to fall asleep or stay asleep. That makes the takeaway uncomfortably clear. Ordinary restlessness predicts extraordinary physical decline.
Because sleep is your body's primary repair window, the researchers considered a 2-point jump in disability meaningful, and they saw a 0.2-point climb for every single step up the insomnia ladder. Clinicians call that magnitude clinically significant because it reliably forecasts the need for assistive devices within a few years. Do the math. 5 steps, from never to every night, equals a full point rise each year, enough to force help with basic self-care sooner than most people expect.
Many listeners might think, fine, I'll take something that knocks me out. Did the study suggest any protective benefit from those medications? It seems logical. Sedation equals rest. But pharmacologic sleep isn't the same as the natural progression through stages that repairs tissue and sharpens balance. Let's look at what the data actually say.
Quite the opposite. Participants who shifted from rare to regular pill use showed a 0.19-point annual rise in disability, almost identical to the insomnia effect itself. Sedative compounds can persist in your bloodstream well into daylight hours, blurring reflexes and judgment when you need them most. And when insomnia and medication overlapped, decline accelerated most sharply. In simple terms, the pill you hope will save you from sleeplessness can amplify the very disability you fear.
Let's bring this down to eye level, which everyday abilities slipped first as disability scores crept up. Think about fastening a necklace clasp or lifting a grocery bag. These relied upon motions begin to falter sooner than most people realize when nighttime restoration is compromised.
Early on, people struggled with what clinicians call instrumental tasks: buttoning a shirt, standing from a chair, or stepping into the shower safely. Once those tasks slip, reliance on family, paid aides, or institutional care becomes difficult to avoid. As scores mounted, even short walks outside became taxing. These aren't fringe inconveniences. They dictate whether you shop for groceries on your own or rely on others.
A lot of older adults still believe poor sleep is just part of getting older. Why is that assumption so risky? When society frames sleeplessness as inevitable, you may postpone seeking solutions, and that delay allows subtle deficits to dig in until they feel permanent.
Because it normalizes a problem that is anything but benign. Insomnia is an alarm telling you recovery is compromised. Ignore it, and subtle balance issues become falls. Light fatigue becomes chronic exhaustion, and independence erodes piece by piece. Lingering drug effects can also cloud morning cognition, compounding physical vulnerability with mental fog. Add sedatives that linger into the morning, and fall risk multiplies.
Given those dangers, the question becomes, what works? What should someone ask their physician about instead of pharmaceuticals? Cognitive strategies teach you to align behaviors with circadian biology. Consistent wake times, strategic exposure to morning light, and calm evening routines that don't require prescriptions.
First on the list is cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. It teaches you to reshape thoughts and routines that sabotage rest. No groggy side effects, no rebound insomnia. Randomized trials show CBTI delivers longer-lasting relief than pills and is cost-effective after the first few sessions. Doctors also need to audit existing medications, as some prescriptions or combinations can silently spark sleepless nights.
Therapy and medication, review address mindset and chemistry. Let's pivot to environment. Complete darkness seems almost trivial, yet the evidence says otherwise. Why does even a nightlight matter? Researchers describe melatonin suppression at light intensities as low as 8 lux. That's dimmer than a single hallway bulb. So true blackout conditions are more rigorous than most bedrooms achieve by default.
Melatonin production is exquisitely light-sensitive. A street lamp leaking through curtains or the LED on a charger tells your brain that dawn is here, cutting melatonin and fracturing deep sleep cycles. Even the tiny green dot from a charger port can shave measurable minutes off deep sleep phases. Blackout curtains, electrical tape over glowing clocks, and shutting the bedroom door on hallway light re-establish the darkness your cells evolved to expect.
Many bedrooms double as charging stations bristling with devices. How do electromagnetic fields fit into this picture? Although the mechanisms are still being mapped, epidemiologic signals link chronic nighttime EMF exposure to fragmented REM cycles and next-day fatigue, reinforcing the value of a technology-free sleep zone.
EMFs act like a low-grade stimulant. Experimental studies link chronic exposure to mitochondrial and DNA stress. Some patients report dramatic improvement in sleep efficiency within a single week of eliminating bedroom EMFs. The remedy is simple. Move your phone out of reach, unplug the router, and kill unnecessary wireless signals before you lie down.
Screens create a second light problem, the blue spectrum after sunset. Can you explain why scrolling at 10 p.m. is self-defeating?
Blue wavelengths synchronize your internal clock to midday, not midnight. Using a tablet or television after dark postpones melatonin release by hours. Blue blocking glasses filter some of that signal, but the stronger solution is behavioral. Turn screens off, pick up a printed book, stretch, or take a warm shower instead. Coupling that with a consistent bedtime trains your internal clock to anticipate rest instead of fight it.
Nighttime conditions are crucial, yet what we do under the sun matters too. How does daytime movement set the stage for restful sleep?
Regular walking and resistance work create what sleep scientists call homeostatic sleep pressure. It's the biological counterpart of tired muscles after exercise. Added movement also improves insulin sensitivity, reducing nighttime glucose dips that can trigger sudden awakenings. Activity also regulates blood sugar and eases stress hormones, both of which can jolt you awake at inconvenient hours when uncontrolled.
Let's turn insight into immediate action. Tonight, challenge yourself to create true darkness. Blackout curtains drawn, chargers covered, phone in another room, router unplugged. Slip on blue blocking glasses after sunset and resist the scroll. Tomorrow, schedule a brisk 60-minute walk in daylight. Give your biology the cues it recognizes. Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.